Hello, hello, everyone. It's so great to see you. Oh my gosh. I have been on my own little mini media tour. I don't know, maybe some of you have noticed that this past week or two, as we're heading just days away into our Publicity Power Workshop. We're 4 days out. And starting on Tuesday, I want to give you three of the reasons why I think it would be amazing for you to come and get the value we're going to be giving during this free workshop. And first, I want to recap some of the conversations I've been having with other incredible colleagues, entrepreneurs, consultants, creatives this week as I've been appearing on many other platforms, including tomorrow. I'm going to share with everybody. I'll have been appeared on the CW network in Miami. So we've got that coming from podcasts to articles running to speaking on other people's platforms in their communities, on their pages, IG lives, you name it. It's been basically a week of me or two of me practicing what I teach and doing all the things when getting visible. So some of the things that came up in these conversations. One was a big one that I hear all the time. Am I ready for this PR publicity thing? And my answer to that is always yes. If you're asking the question, then the answer is yes, because that means you're thinking about it. You know that you have something to share with the world and put out there in a bigger way. And if you do have any sort of platform, message, movement, business, talent that you're trying to get out there, service, a product, yes, this stuff is for yesterday. That's one of the biggest messages I have, and I'm spreading out there and myth busting that this stuff is for later. This is the thing that gets you to the other side of your vision, your goal, that gets you from unknown to known, from invisible to visible, right? Or influential. So, all of the things, they work together. And another conversation I had was in a group that has a lot of spiritually led business owners and entrepreneurs. And so the question often comes from them around not really understanding, like, how does this stuff work? Like, is it for them? And 100% yes. If you are a spiritually inspired or driven person, will say that you will very much more so resonate with a lot of my teachings, probably, than there's a lot of PR out there. And you can, you could go anywhere and Google and, YouTube and find answers to various questions like how to write a press release. But what you're not going to get is also the background that I have 25 years of doing this stuff, also being a healing arts practitioner, having hundreds of hours of training and addressing all of these strategies from an inner work kind of place. We start with the inner work, we start with spiritual alignment, and that's really the foundation. And now more than ever, as we're all in this crazy world being called to our purposes in a bigger, deeper way, it's really important that we get dropped in, tuned in to our purpose, to our calling, what it is that we're putting out there in the world, because that's the shifts that need to happen, right? Each one of us has a gift that is going to contribute to things shifting and changing in the world. So it does start with each one of us, and your voice does matter, your story matters, your work matters. And putting it out there is so important because there are people looking for you. So when they know you exist, they can find you, they can hire you, they can collaborate with you. And that's how this stuff works. And another fantastic conversation I had just earlier today with a great colleague and friend was around effective communication. So this stuff is all about how do you want to be seen, perceived, received in the world, right? Ultimately by the public at large, but for you specifically, the people you're seeking to reach, the new sets of eyes outside your current network. And, how do you communicate yourself effectively, what you're doing, what your mission is, what your purpose is, right? And so that's especially on day one next week, that's what we're really going to work together on to dial in is your secret sauce, your messaging, your positioning, right? How do you clarify that unique core differentiator? And then we're going to move quickly into day two, the visibility blind spots and blocks. I don't care who you are, if you're the most confident person, even about your visibility, there is something coming up for you that is stopping you from getting more visible. It might just be that you don't know the steps. But for most people, it's a whole laundry list of other things. And we're actually going to work on identifying and clearing those, actually having that shift in the workshop on day 2. And this is just 2 hours a day. So, it's a concise, action packed amount of time that we're going to be gathering. And leading to day 3, where we're actually going to work on your PR plan so that you leave knowing what your action steps are. And the really important thing to know is to come out live, ideally with your camera on, because this is about getting visible, and connect with the other incredible people that have registered and will be attending the event. And we also have some really cool things that will be happening. We're going to have breakouts. Those are not going to be available anywhere else. So you've got to come live to have that experience. And we're going to have some daily action items. And when you do those, you are eligible to win coaching prizes. As many of you know my events, I tend to give out a lot, like thousands of dollars of worth of coaching prizes. So feel free to come out, bring a friend, tell a friend that if you think this message is resonating with you or someone you know, it could help them in their journey with getting their message out in a bigger way. I would love to support them. This is me leaning deeper into my purpose. It's been almost a year since I've done a 3-day event like this, and this is the only one this year. So I'm doing it because I keep getting called deeper into my purpose as a natural introvert. I know there's a lot of introverts out there. Like, this is something I've had to overcome in putting myself out there so that I can be of service to a larger audience. Whereas in the past, I was keeping myself small in the spot, out of the spotlight, behind the scenes, saying it was all about my clients, which of course it was, but I was scared of the spotlight. I was scared to put myself out there. And so, as a business owner within this space, that is something continually I have had to stretch my own comfort boundaries and levels with. So I know there are a lot of you out there that are also having to do that. So whether you're feeling like brand new to this work, or you're already, maybe a little advanced with having done some of the visibility work, your own PR, maybe you've even worked with a PR person, but you're ready for the next step. You're ready for that next media win, or maybe it's your first media win, but that's what we're going to work on getting you. So I'm really looking forward to those of you that have signed up and are coming out, and looking forward to connecting with you and spending this really awesome week with you next week. Again, it's October 4th, 5th, and 6th. That's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from noon to 2 p.m. Pacific time. And we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot of heartfelt moments. We're going to have special guests, a lot of connection. We're going to play games and have prizes. And we're going to do actual like learning and training for you so that you actually leave the event with some having experienced some done with you moments and exercises. So go ahead, click the button, hop on in, make sure you join us, and I will see you next week at the event. All right, have a good one. Mwah. Sending lots of love for a beautiful